Taco Tuesday has a really big, significant role in your life.
Who knows about Taco Tuesday?
Listen, bro, we got research. I'm looking. I'm like,
This is
what
like
happened with
Nardwuar
Taco
up in
Tuesday?
here.
Yeah,
We're
I want to
getting
get
deep.
better.
Nah, Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday does like. First of all, me and Taco Tuesday like this, and this Tuesday today, right?
Yes.
Oh, where are
First
the
of all-
tacos, man?
First
I
of
didn't
all,
know.
if you in Atlanta, okay, if you in Atlanta, I need some new Taco Tuesday dates. I ain't gonna tell y'all, but I'm not recently single. I've been single for about 9 months. But Taco Tuesday, no. So if you in Atlanta and you not a scammer,
And you love this gentleman
you don't
right
drink
here.
Honor Palmer's in hookah every night.
We got an uptown.
Yeah, holla at your boy, you know what I'm saying? But nah, Taco Tuesday, let me tell you this. The best, worst day of my life happened on a Tuesday.
Okay.
Never forget it.
This is in 2013. Could you
Actually-
say something significant changed your life? Okay.
2013 was different, but I used to work as a nurse. I was a nurse for about 10 years.
Yes.
And on this particular Tuesday, for whatever reason, I had got written up at work. And you got to think, you know, that was my livelihood at the time. It's paycheck to pay. I mean, not paycheck to paycheck, but about paycheck to paycheck. I had got written up and I got put on my final warning. And I remember thinking, like, this is terrible. This is terrible. So, but it's like, man, it's Taco Tuesday. I'm going to have some tacos. So I ended up going down. And I'm gonna try to find a video in a second, but I ended up going down to a cafe called Delish Cafe, which is interesting. My best friend, his name is Buddy. He works on tour with us. His family used to own it. It was like the black spot in Dayton.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Because Dayton ain't got a lot of black spots. So we go there. I remember eating my tacos, and it was a bartender. His name was Ed. He used to make the strongest margaritas. So I remember drinking, sipping, and I'm stressed out. I'm stressed out because if anybody has been a nurse or working in nursing, it's such a demanding job that it's so easy to make a mistake. And so I was one mistake away from not having a job. So I remember eating, and then for whatever reason, I'm walking back to my car after eating the tacos after work. And I'm still in my scrubs so you can see it. And I pull out my phone, and I just start recording. And I say, before you let a man sweep you off your feet, be sure he's prepared to catch you when you fall. You might be too much woman for him. And it was just like, I don't even know. It was just, I started flowing with that.
Bars.
Yeah, I started flowing. And you got to think, at the time, I ain't even thinking nothing of it. Like, I used to do that all the time. It get 200 views. And I'd be like, oh, yeah, that shit was fire. 15 likes. Ooh, that shit was fire. I woke up because I had to go to work the next day. I woke up, and that video had 1.2 million views overnight. And it ultimately ended up getting up to 70 million views.
Oh, wow.
And that's what sprung me into this calling and this mission. And it reminds me of what I'm going through right now. So back in 2017 or whatever time that was, you couldn't have told me that before 7 p.m. on that day, that wasn't one of the worst days of my life. But now, 8 years later, you can't tell me that wasn't the best day.
That was God.
And now I look at this situation that I'm going through right now. Like, in it, shit sucks. But I imagine, what if 8 years from now, I'd be like, that is what turned this into that, right? And so I always try to keep a perspective when we going through things, because we oftentimes can't see outside the rat maze.
Yeah.
Like right now, it seems like I'm hitting my head and I'm hitting all these little walls, but maybe this is what I needed for the breakthrough.
Yeah.
Maybe, let me tell you this, maybe this is what I needed to know I needed to audit my circle. And let me tell you what the fucked up, my bad for cussing.
No, curse. You good?
Let me tell you what the fucked up part about this whole thing is. It ain't just the person we was talking about. It's somebody was feeding her information. Somebody from my past, from 12 years ago, is feeding her information. Somebody from when I was Jehovah's Witnesses is feeding her information. Something to get to what she got to, as far as with these exaggerations, started from some people in my circle or around my circle or used to be in my circle. And so now it's just like, you gotta audit.
Yeah.
Like it sucked right now, but maybe that's the lesson. Like I gotta audit.
You gotta get
gotta,
better.
and I gotta believe people when they say stuff.
Yeah.
Cause I ain't even, man.
Well, it's the old adage, isn't it? It's that, everything happens for a reason, and it might not always be a good thing. You might be on this path that you think you're going forward, and something happens to steer you left, and it's steering you left for a reason.
Yeah.
And you just maybe haven't got to that point yet.
Yeah, and that's why.
And you have to believe it. You have to trust the process, man.
And when we were talking earlier off camera, that's where you use your will.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna make sure that 8 years from now, that this moment was the moment that catapulted me into a different level of greatness.
I love that. And to me, that's what we was talking about off camera. Like, you can't sit around and say, like, why me? Why me? Because we don't usually have someone we could call and say, what happened when you got sued?
Yeah.
Oh, let me tell you about the guy. Let me tell you how this shit gonna work out. But we don't have that. So when you don't have that, you tend to have to figure it out on your own. Will, I'm gonna give you a couple questions because I'm gonna ask the last question, or you? Because
I have a couple.
Ebony, we don't have a lot of time, but I want to get yours out.
I have a couple. The researchers gave me some quotes of yours, and we want you to elaborate on them.
Okay.
So the first one that we had was, you said that Adam never asked God for Eve.
Where did y'all get this stuff from?
Alex is right there. Like he stuck, bro. He came in. Let me tell you something. Alex came in. This is how he started working for me. He gave me a 71-page book on my life. How the fuck do you know this much about me? Like, it's crazy. So yeah. Go.
Nah, that's the truth though, because God just saw he was lonely. You know what I'm saying? He looked around, he saw everybody had a pair.
Yeah.
But I often think about how sometimes, even though we don't know exactly what we need, it's provided for us.
I love that you said that. That's really
And then
good.
in order for him to get that gift, he had to be put to sleep. And sometimes in our lives, especially like I said, in moments like this, like sometimes you got to be put to sleep. You got to rest. You got to be still in order for that gift to be,
You got to let go because you might be holding on to something that's holding you back. So sometimes you just got to relax and just trust that God got you. I love
Okay.
that. Go ahead.
And then, like, sticking on a religious tip, Jeremiah 17:9 says the heart is deceitful. Apparently, this is something else that you.
Where are they getting this stuff from?
You gotta stop asking that at this point, bro.
I had it's interesting because now that has a different meaning to me now, and I ain't gonna talk about it right now. I do. So like, I was not, so I used that phrase or that for when we talk about dating and how people say follow your heart. And oftentimes that's where I feel like a lot of us mess up when it comes to dating, is because although your heart should be the engine, you got to steer it. And oftentimes when we're dating, we are leaving our logic and our mind and our discernment out of this and our intuition. And those are the things that we should be steering with. And yeah, your heart is the reason why the car goes. But if you let your heart drive the car, you're going to be off a cliff somewhere. Yes. And that's why I believe that we don't know our hearts. Our hearts need monitoring.
I always tell women when I met them and I started dating with them, I swear, I say, you need to love me with your brain. Do not love me with your heart because I'm going to break it. Love me with your brain because then you'll understand me more. So now you can protect your heart, right? So I just love that you said that. Don't love me with your heart, baby. I'm going to break that.
I mean, I got to be honest. I'll drive off the cliff a few times, bro. It's fun sometimes.
Hold on, what's your sign?
I'm an Aquarius.
There it is.
It's fun sometimes, man, driving off the cliff into the water.
No. Hey, listen.
But but in Aquarius world, you guys are so smart that it's almost like the adventure of it all.
I love the journey.
See, I can only, listen, I love a little toxicity in my life too, but just a pinch. I can't do more than a pinch.
I got you.
It's the word toxicity, masculine toxicity. To me, anytime a man is masculine, it's a toxic thing to me.
You feel that way?
I think the word toxic masculinity killed R&B music.
You think so?
Yeah, I have a take that I said on my show where I was like, men can't be vulnerable anymore. It's like, I'll give you an example. The line, if you think you're lonely now, wait until tonight, girl. As much as that was a warning, that's gaslighting right now. Like, you're gaslighting me. That is gaslighting, right? When Keith Sweat says, you may be young, but you're ready, it's like, hold on, how young is she, bro? Like, it's like all these things come in place now where it's almost like, it's funny because he said something and I just was so thankful. I swear, I'm going to bring it up. He said, I swallowed it. And I remember thinking, if there was a Jack dance, pause, it's like, dog, we men.
Oh yeah, where's Cam at?
That's what I'm saying. We're men though, so it's like, why
Okay.
do we have every time a man is like, say, oh, Paul? It's like as a man, you gotta dance with how you talk, with how you communicate, with how you do shit. Because if you do, they're gonna use it against you in public opinion.
Is it that, or